Hello everyone, it's Angie. How is everyone doing today? I am doing fantabulous. It is Thursday. The snow has stopped from Snowmageddon 2022. Nate had 2 missed days of school due to the big snowstorm that we got here in Michigan. And he's in his little man cave over there as we speak, gaming with his friends. So hopefully we won't have to hear them. Sometimes he gets a little bit animated, but hopefully, he'll keep it toned down. So I just want to, first off today, the first thing we're going to do, if you're looking for, I always at the beginning of my videos, of my WIP and Chats, I have been showing my finishes and my works in progress of every craft type thing that I'm working on over the past week. And I changed up my format a little bit in case you haven't noticed. I am no longer going to be showing anything other than diamond painting related stuff on Thursdays. Instead, on Tuesdays, just because I'm doing so much of it and it was taking up so much time on Thursdays, instead on Tuesdays from now on, I will be doing a Yarny talk and cross stitch chat. Look for that on. I did post my first video this Tuesday that has all of the crochet and yarn information, as well as my cross stitch haul and works in progress. So if you're looking to see what I did during the week in terms of that kind of stuff, go ahead and pop over to Tuesday's video. So before we get started with our regular whipping and chatting, I want to take care of some business. We got a couple orders of business to take care of. First of all, I need to pick my prize winner. And I'm sure you guys are seeing this canvas still on my desk or on my table here, my Rest, Relax, and Enjoy the View canvas. That was the event for January, and I'm still going to work on this one today, and that is because technically this is my last WIP and Chat of this event. I still have a prize to give away today, so we're going to handle that right off the bat. We'll just get that out of the way. I will show you again what that prize was, just to refresh your memory. Oh, I'm sorry, I got to reach. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. I should have had everything at the ready, and I didn't. So you're going to get this gorgeous blue crystal mushroom cover minder from Coverminder Shabana on Etsy. And this, I think it's an 8-roll pack of landscape themed washi tape, as well as your choice of either a tin of Patty Wax Super Sticky or a Craftmates lockable storage container. It's a 56 grid locking storage containers. Highly recommend these. They're like some of my favorites. So you get to choose between which of these two things you'd like if you win. But you will be getting these two things for sure. So that's the prize. And I will be picking that winner based on my comments from last week's WIP and Chat. So I went ahead and I pasted my video in there and filter duplicate users, and I retrieved my comments. And I had 46 comments last week. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the start button to begin picking the random winner. And we will see. I think I asked you to... Oh my gosh! Now, Mindy doesn't get to win. Mindy, I'm sorry. Because I did ask you, and I forgot to do this. I've asked you to use the word landscape in your comment to be eligible to win. Plus, you were the co-host of this event. You're disqualified. Sorry. I'm going to pick another winner. And my winner is Karen Scott Diamondista. Yay, Karen, congratulations. I know Karen watches all of my videos, so I know that she will see this. Karen, go ahead and send me an email to my email address, which I will put in the description field of this video with your address, and I will pop your prize and let me know whether you like the Patty Wax Super Sticky or the Craftmates Lockable, and I will pop that on over to the post office for you. So congratulations, Karen. And I know that Karen did work on the Rest, Relax, and Enjoy the View event. Because I'm the one who's been tallying everything up and keeping track of names, and I know she was in there. So congrats to Karen on that one. Keep in mind that this event, even though it's over as far as working on it, we're not finished. We still have to give away the grand prizes. So the grand prizes are going to be given away this Saturday the 5th during Mindy's Live, which is at 7 o'clock Eastern Time on her channel, Mindy's Diamond Moment. And the three grand prizes are going to be two $50 gift cards to a diamond painting store of your choice. And the third prize is going to be Mandy Manzano's The Shepherd's Cottage canvas from Diamond Art Club. So we will be drawing for those winners based on all your entries on Saturday. So I hope to see you guys all over there at Mindy's Live on Saturday. I'll be going live with her through StreamYard. So yay, that'll be fun. All right, I've got another prize to give away. Last week I posted a video of an unbagging of some crystal. They were primarily all full drill crystal canvases from Everyday eCrafts, and I found that I had ordered a duplicate. Imagine that. I know, go figure. And I asked you to let me know in the comments if you'd like to receive that diamond painting, and it is of this super cute mandala, multicolored, very pretty. I love it. It has butterflies and in the corners here. It's just a really cute one. And to make it kind of worth my while and worth your while, I'm going to throw in a few more things just to make it a little bit more of a prize pack. So that'll be a surprise, but I'm going to throw a few more things in there. So I went ahead and pulled up my comments from that video, or I pulled up that video. Let me grab the comments from that. There were 41 comments on that video. I am going to be looking for a comment that says that they wanted to be entered to win that, because not everybody said that. So I'm going to click start, but then I'm going to have to read the comment and make sure that they actually wanted it. And yes, John A. Ackerman says, I love watching your videos and you're so good at descriptions. I'd love to have the mandala you're giving away. I have no mandalas in my collection. And actually, it's from Linda. So, Linda, it's yours. And I'll just need you to do the same thing as Karen. My email address will be in the description of the video. Just shoot me an email with your contact information, and I will pop this as well as a few extra little goodies in the mail to you as soon as I get that information from you. And I'm just going to write your name on here so that I don't, Lisa, I'm using your pen, so that I don't, Linda H. And then I'm going to put the name of the, so I don't forget. Okay, good deal. Done with business. Done with old business. Now it's time for new business. Or not really business at all, just a bunch of BS, really. So like I said, I'm going to continue to work on Evening Melodies by Abraham Hunter from Diamond Art Club. Let's see how far I am on this. Oh yeah, I got plenty to go in this section. Get my light pad turned on. Now, this light pad, I did a review on this light pad a couple, I don't know, maybe about a month ago. And the brand name of it is Elise, E-L-I-C-E. And I would highly recommend this light pad. It has, granted, I don't use a light pad unless I'm diamond painting in here in my craft room. If I'm out in my front room, I have some very bright overhead lights. But this light pad battery has stayed charged for a ridiculous amount of time. Like, I can't even believe how long this charge has been good for. Now watch me say that, and as we're going along today, it'll fizzle out. I wouldn't be surprised, because it has been a good long while that I've had this going on one charge. But I'm impressed. I'm impressed with it. And I love the 3 different modes that you have. The light, light style modes. The daylight, the blue light, and the bright white light. So that's really, really something that I would look for, again, if I ever wanted to get like an A2 light pad. Although, I don't know. I can't see ever really needing one that big. An A3 to me is perfectly it just is enough for what I need. Excuse me while I open my soda. Sorry about that. Should have done that before I started. I need to grab a quick swig. Ah, so thirsty today. So I've been busy packing this morning. I am excited to announce, although it is going to make a difference in my channel for next week. You probably won't see as many, if any, videos from me next week. I'm going to be going. I was able to get in at the last minute, and some of you already know this, but some of you may not. I was able to get in at the last minute on the Red Boot retreat, crafting retreat that's taking place in Hillsboro, Texas next week and weekend. So I have a subscriber friend, Cindy, who was gracious and kind enough to offer to pick me up from the airport and let me stay with her the night before the retreat, and then give me a ride to the retreat with her and Kara, the principal painter. So what I'm planning on doing is I managed to get a reasonably priced flight leaving from Detroit next Wednesday morning. So I'll leave from Detroit next Wednesday morning, and to get a cheap, I could have gotten a nonstop flight for about $50 more, but I didn't have really anything going that day, so, I mean, why not save the $50, right? So I booked a flight that has a layover in Charlotte, North Carolina. So and it's just about an hour. It's not that bad. I could have gotten a way cheaper flight, like even $50 more cheaper flight, if I wanted to have a layover in Miami of all places. But it would have been for 10 hours. And I talked to Jeff about it, and I was like, 10 hours in Miami? I could do something with that. And he's like, no, that's ridiculous. You're going to, have your luggage, and that's just, you don't want to do that. You'd spend more money than you'd save, and he's right. I would spend more money than I'd save by doing that, but I thought it might be fun to go to Miami for a few hours. What the heck? I'm always up for a good adventure. If nothing else, I'm always up for a good adventure. But I decided against that, so I am going to have that. On the way there, I have a 1-hour layover in Charlotte, North Carolina. So I'm flying in. I leave Detroit early Wednesday morning, and I will get to Houston Wednesday afternoon. And Cindy's going to pick me up from the airport, and then she told me about an awesome, authentic Texas barbecue place. We're going to go get some food from there, and then just hang out and visit. And I'm sure Cindy is one good conversationalist. She has always just so many interesting stories to tell, and I always have a good time. I've been talking to her on the phone quite a bit. I have a really good time talking to her. We get along really well. And so I have no doubt that we're going to have a fantastic time. Then Kara's going to come pick us up on Thursday, and we will drive up to Hillsboro, which she said is about a 3-hour drive, so not too bad. And that's where the retreat is going to take place. So the retreat will run from Thursday to Sunday, and this is what they're considering a no-frills retreat. So it's basically just a bunch of people getting together and crafting. There's no extra swag bag or gift exchange or anything, or classes or anything like that. It's just friends getting together to craft. And I'm really looking forward to the kind of a low-key, low-maintenance. I'm looking forward to that. I think that's going to be great fun. And I'm really excited because in talking to Cindy, she was telling me that a lot of the people that are going are primarily stitchers. So as you guys know, or maybe you don't know if you're new here, if you are new, hi, welcome. If I also do cross stitch, I consider myself a novice cross stitcher. Not novice in the fact that I'm new at it, but novice in the fact that I wouldn't consider my skills to be very good. Um, I, I, I probably do a lot of things wrong, um, but I enjoy doing it. And I, this week, have been getting into it a little bit more. I've been picking up my projects, I noticed, a little bit more uh, often than I have been in the previous few months. Previous few months, as you guys know, has just been crazy with crocheting. And I'm still crocheting. Don't get me wrong, I crochet every day. But I have been picking up my hoop and needle and have been working on my cross stitch projects too, which has been really relaxing and fun. So I'm really excited to take my cross stitch projects. I'm going to take a couple of them with me and maybe get some pointers, and maybe, learn a few things. I'm always up for getting advice from people who, and some people just some people are gorgeous stitchers. Like the back of their work looks as neat as the front of their work, and it just looks absolutely phenomenal. Not me. If you look at the backs of my cross stitch work, they're a hot mess. I got threads going everywhere, and yeah, that's one thing that I'd like to improve on is making my but the way I've always looked at it is, who the hell cares what your back looks like? Nobody's looking at the back, especially after you have it framed or finished. Um, you know, nobody's looking at the back. They're only looking at the front. But you do want to be a little bit careful with your backs because you don't want a big bunchy lumpy mess of floss knotted up back there, because depending on how you mount it when you're finished, it can make it bumpy if you're framing it. So you do got to be a little bit careful, but I'm not, like I said, not my strong suit. That's definitely not a skill that I possess. So if anybody has recommendations for me that can help, improve my skills, I'm all for learning. All for it. So, and I'm excited to see, what some other people are doing. There are some gorgeous, gorgeous cross stitch patterns out there in the world. Absolutely gorgeous patterns. So, there's that. And then, of course, I'm going to take diamond painting. I'm going to take my Faces of Fairy 208 that I have been working on from Diamond Art Club. It's a Jasmine Beckett Griffith. I've worked on it in the last couple of lives. And it is the diamond painting that is the first diamond painting that I'm enhancing with sparklers from DP with Sparklers. And I gotta say, I love the result. It's looking fabulous. And anyone who knows me knows I'm not a big fan of A-B drills. Not necessarily the looks of them. I just don't like working with them. I find them a little bit difficult to work with. But I'm loving working with the sparklers. Totally different animal. Totally different animal. And I've been really enjoying working with them. And I can't believe what a difference it makes in the canvas. Like they just pop right off the canvas. It's looking awesome. Hopefully, if I hit it hard, maybe by the time I get home from the retreat, I might have that guy finished. I don't know. Tends to me when I go to retreats. Now, this will be my third retreat that I've gone to. And I go in there with all these high hopes and big expectations of all this work that I'm going to get finished. And I end up visiting in as opposed to getting much work done. So I turned my, there we go. I turned my light pad down with my arm. I got to be careful of that. Let me move this canvas a little so I don't do that. There, that's better. Probably not better for you guys, but you're not really looking at my canvas anyways. You guys don't care what I'm doing. You're doing your own thing. If you're looking at my canvas, you must be really bored. No, I'm just kidding. Some people find it relaxing. I've talked to people who actually do watch the videos of people doing the drilling because they find it relaxing, and I can kind of see that. It's kind of a hypnotic, methodical. I can see that. But for most of you, you're just working along with me and listening to my ramblings. But where was I? I was talking about the retreat. So yeah, so I'm going to take that Faces of Fairy And then I'm going to take a few special drills because it is February and I am trying to participate in Smashing the Specials with Mindy and Brandy. And I have not been, I had me and my, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. And that is a motto that I tend to live by because I seem to always have the best of intentions for things. And then somewhere, somehow along the way, it kind of falls through. So I only have one special done so far, and here we are on February 4th. And I expected to get a couple done a day was my plan. And that just didn't happen. As soon as I'm finished here, I am going to go work on another special drill canvas. So hopefully I'll get another one finished today. There's no pressure or anything. I just like to participate, like to be a part of what's going on. So it's not like there's, a deadline and I'm under the gun or anything like that. I really wanted to work on some, and get some finished this month. I have so many beautiful special drill kits that it's a shame to just let them sit there in the drawer. And what better time to work on them than when there's an event dedicated to it. So that's what I've got going on here. So I'm going to take a few special drill partials or special drills, they're not all partials, with me to the retreat. And then I'm going to take a little bit of crocheting. And I know that that's probably a cumbersome item to take, especially since I'm flying and I've got to pack. But I honestly don't think that I can happily go that long without crocheting. So I'm going to take a small project. I'm going to take one small project, and that's it. One skein of yarn, one small project, and that's what I'm going to work on. And it's one of my sweaters that I've been working on. So, and I picked an easy project. It's a very, very easy pattern. So it's something I can work on while I'm visiting, and I don't have to do a lot of counting and remembering, a stitch pattern. It's a very easy stitch pattern. So that'll make it more enjoyable for sitting around and visiting. So I've got the cross stitch. I've got the big diamond painting, I've got some partials, and I've got my crochet project. And I think that is going to be plenty. Now when I drive, I load up the car. I take it all. I take everything. But since I'm flying, it's a little bit, I'm trying to limit myself a little bit. And now I am doing what Cindy's husband suggested, which was just a fantastic idea. And that is to pack some things up. I needed to send Cindy a canvas anyway. I'm giving her my one canvas that I decided not to finish. She was the first person that responded in the comment section of that video and said that she would like to finish it. So she's the one who's getting it. And I've got to get that in the mail to her anyway. So I'm going to pack up my craft supplies in that box and send it along. So that way I don't have to carry so much in my suitcase because I am just going to do a carry-on. I'm not going to check a bag at the airport. Now, I'm pretty excited because I haven't flown since, we went to Florida in October. So I guess that's fairly recently. But I haven't flown by myself or traveled by myself in quite a while. And I like doing trips by myself. I really enjoy traveling alone. I always have. I've always been someone who liked to get in the car and go on road trips. If you remember, I drove to Texas last summer by myself to help out at Craftably. And that was a fantastic trip. I had a blast. It was so great. And now I feel, speaking of that, I'm feeling a little bit sad because I feel like I'm going to be in Texas. And granted, Hillsboro is still a couple hours from Fort Worth, which is where Craftably is. But I feel I'm going to be within a couple hours of my friends, and I feel like it's a shame that I'm not going to be able to see them. but it's just not in the cards this trip. It's just, it, I think logistically with what we've got going on, it just wouldn't be feasible to be able to get up there to visit them. But I sure would have liked to been able to see Michael and Amy. They're such sweet, nice people, and I really enjoyed the time that I got to spend with them when I was down there last summer. And their kids are beautiful girls, very nice girls, and I'd love to see them again. But I just don't think that we can swing it. Somebody had mentioned possibly going on a road trip there during one of the days of the retreat, and I don't know that I want to take time away from the retreat itself, to spend a whole day on a road trip. So I don't think that I'll probably do that. But, and if I had planned a little bit better, I maybe could have planned it where I spent an extra day and then went up to Fort Worth and maybe even flew home out of Dallas instead of Houston and was able to see them too. But I didn't put a lot of, this kind of, like I said, it kind of came up suddenly and I didn't put a lot of forethought into it. So if I had thought of it, that would have been a good idea. But there'll be next time. There'll be other times that I get to take a trip out there. And yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. But I'm super excited. We're closing in on, we got less than a week. So I fly out Wednesday morning. We've got the retreat Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We'll come back to Cindy's house on Sunday, and then I fly home on Monday. So that poor lady's got to put up with me for almost an entire week. I hope she can handle it. I hope that, and I can't say enough how wonderfully kind and generous that was to offer to do that for me so that I could go. When I originally approached Jeff about it, he was kind of like, yeah, right, but then the more he thought about it, he was like, yeah, why not? If you can go and if you've got it all worked out, and it's not going to cost an arm and a leg, go for it. So I'm so lucky. He's so supportive of my hobbies and my crafts, and he really puts up, you guys know he puts up with a lot from me. But I'm very lucky that he's so supportive of me and letting me take the money, taking money out of our family's budget and time away from them and going away for a week is very, very nice. So, I forgot to mention this part. So yeah, flying out Wednesday morning, but I'm flying out of Detroit. So that's about 2 hours away from me. But Maddie lives in Detroit. So I am going to drive down to Detroit on Tuesday evening. And we're going to go to dinner, me and Maddie. And then I'm going to spend the night at her house. And she's going to take me to the airport Wednesday morning so I don't have to pay to park. I know you guys are probably thinking, you cheap ass. But that stuff all adds up. You know what I mean? Like, paying for a bag and to check at the airport and paying for parking, that all adds up. And if I can save a little bit here and there, my motto is when people talk about, that's just pennies. You're just saving pennies there. Pennies add up to dollars. And the more you can save in little areas, the more you'll have to do other fun things. So yeah, I'll take savings when I can get them, even if it's a little bit inconvenient. So Maddie's going to take me to the airport on her way to work Wednesday morning. And then she'll pick me up when I get home Monday night. Now, my flight doesn't get in on Monday night until quite late. And Monday is Valentine's Day. But we're old. We're not big romantics as far as celebrating Valentine's Day. So that's not a real issue here in my house. Maybe for some people it would be, but for us it really isn't an issue. So then Maddie will pick me up from the airport that night, and then because it'll be so late, I think my flight gets in at like 11 or something like that, and it's a 2-hour drive back home for me. I don't think I'm going to drive home on Monday night. I think I'm going to spend the night again at Maddie's and come home Tuesday morning. So when all is said and done, I'm going to be gone for like an entire week. And I'm just packing a carry-on. Yeah, this is going to be tough for me, you guys. This is going to be real tough for me. I am not a light packer. I always tend to overpack. So I am going to do something. And is anybody else out there a procrastinator? I want to hear, are you a really, really prepared person, or are you somebody who leaves everything to the last minute and then just tries to throw it all together? I'm a procrastinator, and I kind of love being a procrastinator. It doesn't give me anxiety. It doesn't bother me. It's just my personality, and that's just how I am, and I embrace it, and I'm okay with it. But normally I would wait until the very last second to pack. Well, I've decided with this trip, I'm not going to do that. And the reason for that is that I need to be careful of what I pack. I'm going to be gone away from my home for almost an entire week. So I'm going to need a significant amount of clothing, and all I'm taking is a carry-on bag. So I'm going to have to be really creative with my packing and really selective about what I pack and, deciding, do I really need this or don't I? So my theory going into this is if I pack now, I will be able to review it over and over again, pare down, switch things out, that kind of thing. And that way, I'm hoping that at the end of it all, I'll end up with everything that I need. Now, the one saving grace is that Texas is a whole hell of a lot warmer than Michigan, so I'm not going to need as many heavy clothes, which lessens the load in the suitcase. It doesn't take up as much room to pack t-shirts as it does sweatshirts. So I'm just going to pack, I'm going to wear a sweater, and I'll pack a sweater or sweatshirt, probably a sweater. I prefer to wear a cardigan. And then one pair of jeans, and that'll be what I travel in. And because I don't wear jeans very often. And then just comfy pants for while we're at the retreat. And then I'll just wear the same pair of jeans on my return trip home. And maybe what I could even do is leave one outfit at Maddie's so I've got one, clean one there for when I get home. That's probably a good idea. Just leave one outfit there for Sunday night or for Monday night and Tuesday morning. So that'd lessen a little bit of the load in my carry-on. And I have a very nice carry-on suitcase. It's, it's within the regulation size and weight limit, but it's still roomy enough that you can pack pretty significant amount of stuff in it. That's what I took when we went to Florida this past October, is I just packed that suitcase, and we were gone for 5 days, I think, and I had I had way more than I even needed as far as having clothes. Now, granted, going to Florida, the clothes that I needed for that were even smaller than the clothes I'll need to go to Texas, but I think I'll be fine. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. And if worse comes to worse, I'm sure there's a Walmart or something. If I run out of clean clothes, I'm sure there's a Walmart or something somewhere, and I can pick up some sweatpants and a t-shirt and be good. But the one thing that is going to bother me, and I'm not quite sure how I'm going to deal with this yet, is I don't know if you remember or not, but I have a broken tailbone, and I have pudendal neuropathy. So your pudendal nerves are, if you think about the bones in your butt that you sit on, your sitting bones, the one on each side, your pudendal nerve runs through there, and it shoots excruciating nerve pain down your legs and to your feet. And when I'm sitting, I sit on a cushion that has a hole cut out in the back for my tailbone to hang, and it's a memory gel cushion, and it also helps with that pudendal nerve stuff. So it's what I sit on everywhere. I carry that cushion with me everywhere I go. I always use it. I don't know that I'm going to be able to take it with me, and I'm a little bit nervous about that as far as my comfort and pain level, um, with sitting for so long at the retreat venue. So I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do about that. If anybody has any suggestions, I'm all ears. I don't know. I mean, will the airline consider that like a personal item, or is that something that they would let me take with me and not count it against me as a personal item, because I'm going to be sitting on it? I just don't know. Maybe I should call the airline and just ask. Maybe if I had a note from my doctor, I don't know if that would make a difference. Maybe that's something I should check into, because it is something I've been thinking about, and it is a definite consideration as far as, being able to sit for long periods of time. So yeah, so I got that I'm still a little up in the air about. I had even thought of maybe just buying one of those travel neck pillows, and using that, but it doesn't have the same kind of support as what my custom one does. But it might be better than nothing. So I'll think about that too. But I think I will give the airport a call, or the airline a call, and just see what they say. It never hurts to ask, right? Never hurts to ask. And I'm never one of those people who, like, I don't know. I'm not a demanding person, and I'm pretty much just go with the flow as far as what I'll do whatever they tell me to. I'm not going to raise a stink about it, but there would be nothing wrong with asking in a nice way. Oh, speaking of, but well, I guess that's all I have to say about the trip. Other than that, I'm excited. Super excited. Can't believe it came together at the last minute like it did. And yeah, I'm spoiled. This will be my third retreat within the past year. Got another one coming up in June, that I'm going to, and I am just thrilled to death. I am a little bit sad about the one in June. That is the one that last year was in Michigan. This year it's at a different venue. I'm very sad about it because Maddie was my partner for that retreat. Maddie went with me that last year, and she was supposed to go with me this year. And she was all booked and everything to go. And she just found out that she's not going to be able to go. Her best friend growing up is getting married. And Maddie is I don't think she's the maid of honor, but she's a bridesmaid in the wedding. And Chelsea booked the bachelorette party for that weekend. And I mean, it's Maddie's best friend from childhood. She's in the wedding. There's no way that she can not go to this bachelorette party. So she had to back out of the retreat. And I'm very, very bummed about it. We had so much fun together last year. And you guys know that when Maddie and I get together, we do have a blast. So I'm a little bit bummed about it. But I've got, so many other friends that I made at the retreat, and that it's going to be fine. I'm going to have just as good of a time. I know that I am. I was looking forward to spending that time with her. So that's some kind of bum news, but at least I still get to go, right? A lot of people don't even get that, so at least I still get to go, and very excited about that one. The venue that one's at just looks really, really cool. Now, I know that one is full as well, and I think that the wait list is even closed on it for now. But yeah, I know a lot. Retreats, I think, are getting more and more popular. More and more people are wanting to go on them, and I can see why. They're a blast. They're super fun. And the only other thing I can say is if there's not a retreat in your area and you want to go to a retreat, do one. Organize one. Put one together. There's so many resources on social media. You'll get people to come from far and wide. A lot of people are interested, and I think that there are more people who want to go than there are availability for them. So there's a market out there if you want to organize it, if you have the skills to organize it, just do it. And there's a ton, I was surprised in looking, doing a little bit of research. There's a ton of venues for crafting. Tons, at least here in the States, there are just tons of venues available for that, for exactly that. Now, a lot of them do focus on, like, some of them are like quilters, you know, focus on quilters, but they're open to every craft, you know, all crafts, most of them. I know scrapbookers, quilters, yeah. They have retreat spaces that are kind of customized for them. But I'm sure they welcome, you know, any kind of craft. But so, yeah, so that's my end of talking about retreat stuff. What else was I going to mention? Where else was I going with that? After I was going to switch gears there and talk about something else. Oh, yeah, that's right. I was talking about not being the squeaky wheel and not being a person who's a complainer and or a person who I'm not really somebody who calls customer service. That's just not me. But and here's the big but. You knew there was a but coming, didn't you? I had to do it. And my apples are so frosted right now. And if you don't know what that means, if somebody says something frosts their apples, it's not good. It's an old farmer's term. Because if it frosts your apples, that means your apples aren't any good because you didn't get off the tree before it frosted. So let's really frost my apples. I still have not received my big ice yarns order. That's right. Everybody I watch on YouTube, everybody that I've talked to, all gets their orders between 3 and 4 days. Here I am, 8 days later, and I still haven't gotten my order. So I've been stalking the tracking on it, like I mentioned, and it was stuck in Memphis. And it was stuck in Memphis for a couple of days, and so I called, and they told me, oh, well, it's been released from customs. They don't know why it's still in Memphis. They're going to look into it. So she calls me back and says, okay, it's been released. It's going to be on its way. It'll be on the next flight. You should get it tomorrow. That was yesterday, meaning I should get it today. So I looked today at tracking just to see, you know, what they've got to say, where it's at. Guess where it is? It's back in Belgium. Yeah, they sent it back overseas. I'm like, whoa. What is going on here? So I call up FedEx again, and apparently some of the customs forms were filled out incorrectly, and it had to be sent back to have the customs form properly filled out. So they started a trace on it, and they're going to try to expedite it or whatever, which expedite my foot. I already paid for expedited shipping. It's just ridiculous. But of course that happens to me. I mean, first world problem, right? But of course that happens to me because I'm super excited about this order. And of course, I just know what's going to happen. And you guys know what I'm going to say, too. That order is going to come in while I'm gone, and Jeff's going to see it, and he's going to see how much yarn I ordered, and he's going to be like, what the hell? I know that's what's going to happen. I wanted it to get here before I left because I want to be able to put it away, and, you know, once it's put away, it's not that noticeable that I got new stuff. You guys do that. Don't act like you don't. Everybody does that. So, yeah. So, I just know it's not going to be here until after I leave, which really, again, frosts my apples. But what are you going to do? It is what it is. But still, I was a little salty about that. So what else is going on around here? Not much of anything. We've had a pretty quiet week, you know, other than the weather. You know, we had the big snowstorm here. Nate's missed school. Jeff is on call this week, so he has been working a little bit of overtime. He got called in at like 4 in the morning yesterday morning and then had to work all day. And he's been getting calls that he doesn't have to necessarily go in for, but that he does have to be on the phone and making arrangements and stuff like that. So with the cold weather always comes water line problems, and if you didn't know, he's the foreman for the water distribution department of our local municipality. So he's the guy that gets the calls when the water mains break and has to get the crews out to go fix those water main breaks. So this time of year is always a real busy time of year for him. He alternates with 2 other foremen being on call every 3rd week. But it is a very busy time of year. I think last week, the guy that was on call, the foreman that was on call, ended up on 16 different water main breaks in 1 week, which is just insane, an insane amount of water main breaks. And it's, you know, it's an infrastructure thing. As our city gets older, the ductile iron water main pipes that are in the ground are, you know, they're getting old and tend to fail more and more often. So it's one of those things where it's only ever going to get worse. You know, it's not going to get better, because once that kind of big infrastructure is in place, the chances of, they're not ever going to go through the whole city and just mass replace everything, because that's just not economically, or it's just not feasible. Just, you know, wouldn't be something that would be able to be done. So they'll just continue going on and making repairs as necessary. But, you know, like Jeff said, the money's nice to have that overtime. It's nice to get that little extra amount of money, especially around this time of year with Christmas just being passed. And then also we've got property taxes that are due. And our property taxes, let's talk about that for a minute. If you guys are homeowners, what is the deal with are your property taxes like crazy going up? I don't know what happened, but our property taxes went up almost $1,000, which that's just ridiculous. I mean, I can see going up a little bit, but $1,000? Come on, I don't know. I just feel like, especially and it's especially difficult for someone like me, because my pension, I make the same amount of money year after year after year. I don't get raises. So when the cost of living increases, it's like me getting a pay cut, because even though the cost of living is going up, my income doesn't go up. So it's really difficult when you have your set bills and you think you know the amounts that everything's going to be, and then they do things like, you know, raise your property taxes by $1,000 a year. That's a lot. I mean, we're talking, what is that, like $80 a month? No, that can't be right. Is that right? I don't know. You do the math. But yeah. So, yeah, because if it was $1,200, it'd be $100 a month. So it's a little less than $100 a month. But still, so frustrating, so frustrating. So you're probably thinking to yourself, Angie, how can you sit there and complain about property taxes and your fixed income when you're going on retreats? Yeah, you're right. You're saying exactly what my husband would say to me. So I'm not going to complain. First world problems. I'm not complaining, just, you know, more of an observation than a complaint. All right, so I finished that color. Sorry about that. I did a brain fart for a second. I was trying to see if I finished that color or not. Where's color number 3? There it is. Okay. All right, I thought I was missing a drill container for a second. I couldn't find my next color that I was looking for. And, I really, really wish that I was more comfortable sitting in here in my craft room working on this, because I'd really like to get this canvas done. It's so beautiful, and this is one that I definitely want to hang and frame it and hang it up. It's so beautiful. I just, it's so large that I can't comfortably work on it from my chair, and I can work on everything but the middles. Yeah. I was talking to Kara the other night on the phone, and she was laughing at me because when I showed up to the retreat in Michigan last year, I had all these diamond paintings that were so close to being finished. And I've got a pile of them. I've got a pile of diamond paintings that are so close to being finished. And all of it is done. All around the edges are all done. And the only thing missing is the centers. And the reason for that is when I'm sitting in my chair out in my living room, from my lap desk, I can comfortably reach in about 2 rows of release papers. I can comfortably reach in. So it's tough for me to get at those middles sitting out there. And I don't like to, it's not comfortable for me to come and work in my craft room, so I don't. And so I end up with all of these canvases that are almost all the way finished. Ay, ay, ay. But you know what? Like I always say, people say, well, doesn't that drive you crazy to have all those canvases that are so close to being finished? No, not really. I mean, it is what it is. They'll get done eventually. They'll get finished someday. And it's fun. I actually enjoy, like I was just looking at the pile that's sitting there on the bed in the guest room, and the one that was on top happened to be Flora from Die Moon Shop. I think it's by Lilani Joy. Love that. I love it. It's a lady with black hair holding a red fox. It's mostly black and red, which I don't, not really, like, I'm not into that color scheme, like it's like not a thing with me or anything, but it looks really good. It looks really good. And her hair is all black AB, and it just is really cool looking. But I've been wanting, I looked in there, I saw that, and that's like very close to being finished. And it's fun for me to go in and grab something that I haven't worked on in a long time that has a significant amount of progress already done on it. I really actually enjoy going back to those old projects and seeing and working on things that I haven't touched in a while. So it doesn't bother me at all to have all those sitting in there unfinished. I mean, I know it does take up a lot of my storage containers. I do have a lot of, paintings kitted up, and I'm using a lot of storage containers. But it's actually probably a good thing, because I have so much storage that if I had empty storage, darn well I'd be kitting up something new. I absolutely would. If I had enough storage, I would kit up and start on everything I have. No joke. I love the process of kitting up. I love starting on a fresh canvas. I love the excitement of the beginning of a new project. And yeah, if I had enough storage, I'd kit everything up and start on it. No worries there about having too many. So thank goodness I don't have more storage than I do. And I can't work out of baggies. You guys know that. Just can't do it. And not comfortably anyways. Not happily. And if you're not doing what makes you happy, then why do it at all? Right. So this weekend coming up, like I mentioned, we do have the final grand prize giveaway for the Rest, Relax, and Enjoy the View event. That'll be on Mindy's channel. I'll be going live with her. But then I am still going to go live at my time, which is 9 o'clock Eastern time, Saturday night. We have a blast. If you can join us, please come. It's so much fun. Lives are just such a good time. You never know what's going to happen, and you never know what we're going to talk about, and it might not be for little ears, I'll say that. You might not want to, it's not R-rated or, anything like that. But, sometimes we do get a little bit adultish. Sometimes there's some adults, stuff that maybe you might not want your kids hearing. But not, I mean, I shouldn't scare you away. It's not terrible, not terrible, but it's really a great opportunity for me to be able to talk to you guys in real time, because I know, like, I love reading everybody's comments and I love, chatting with you through comments, but it's not the same as having a real time conversation. And that's the thing that I'm really enjoying most about doing these regularly scheduled lives, is that I'm able to keep in a more steady contact with people and have real time conversations. And that has been a benefit to it that I never even anticipated. So I'm really, really having a good time. Whoops, put that one in the wrong spot. Really having a good time with that. So if you can join us Saturday at 9, that would be awesome. I would love to see everybody there. So congratulations again to Karen and to Linda on winning both of the drawings that I did today. And I will see you guys in my next video, which will be, of course, an unbagging. I've got a couple sitting over here waiting to go up, or waiting. Actually, I think I have one filmed already, and then I have 2 orders that I haven't unboxed yet, that I have to make videos for. And that's it. With it being the Chinese New Year, that's all I've got. So usually I've got like a stockpile of stuff that I'm just waiting to put out. So you guys might see some little bit different videos from me. Some people have been asking me to do a very, very absolute beginners crochet video, which I am very seriously thinking about doing. What I need to do is I need Jeff to build me a white box, so that there's a white background behind me so that you can see exactly what I'm doing in my stitches. So as soon as he does that for me, that video will be coming out. And then I've also been asked to do a little bit more in-depth of a tutorial about the stamped cross stitch. I was actually pretty surprised. A lot of people found it very helpful, and I want to go into a little bit more detail with some special stitches, fractional stitches, and French knots and things like that. So I'm gonna do that video, and then I still haven't put out my hand knitting video, which I need to re-record now because I had some. You ever do something and then really regret it? So I was trying to upload a video, or I was trying to actually edit a video, and I kept getting, and I was doing it, I do all my filming on my iPad. I use iMovie to edit, and then I upload from my iPad straight to YouTube. So even though I bought the iPad with the larger memory, I still ran out of memory. And because I had a lot of videos in there waiting to go. So I was in the middle of editing a video and trying to save it, and it told me I didn't have enough memory available. So I was trying to find stuff that I could delete, and I just couldn't get enough stuff deleted to where I could save this edited video. So I got frustrated, and I deleted my videos that I had made. There was like 3 of them about hand knitting. And so now I need to re-record those. And that's okay, because I screwed up at the end when I was tying off, and I had to undo it and redo it. That's okay. It'll be fine. But I do still want to do, get that video out. So there'll be some other things, even though I won't have, as much diamond painting unboxings. Then I have been seriously considering also doing some stash videos. Somebody, we were talking about that in my last live that was suggested. So I'll come up with some stuff, I'll come up. And maybe if I don't have unboxings, and maybe I'll just do a little bit more whipping and chatting. Talk to you guys about the retreat after I get back. Oh, so yeah, that's what I wanted to say with the retreat. I'll be gone from I will be gone from Wednesday till Tuesday, starting next Wednesday till Tuesday. So I don't know how much I am going to be able to, number one, make videos, and number two, get them uploaded. So I'm just, not that you care. I'm sure you guys have plenty of people that you watch. But I'm just letting you know in advance that I apologize sincerely. But I think that I'm going to take the strategy of not putting too much pressure on myself and really just enjoying my time away. And if it gets done, if I can work it out, if it happens, wonderful. But if it doesn't, I'm not going to guilt myself or make myself feel bad that I wasn't able to get as many videos out while I'm gone. So just letting you guys know that in advance. And again, like I said, I apologize, but it is what it is. Future plans. So I'm running. I've been about to let you guys go for the last 15 minutes. Future plans. Dun dun dun. What was I going to tell you? Oh, so my YouTube anniversary is coming up in March. It will be my YouTube anniversary. So I am going to do something special for that. I haven't quite figured out what yet, but keep an ear open because I am planning on some kind of little surprise. I'll probably do a live on my actual day, on my actual YouTube anniversary, and there will be some sort of giveaway, of course, associated with that. And let me know what you guys would like to see in a giveaway. Do you like it when I give away like DACs, or would you rather get a gift card, or would you rather, when I make my little care packages with the pens and the wax and stuff like that? Let me know what you think you would rather see in my YouTube anniversary giveaway. I'd just be interested to hear what you guys would like to get. So that's all I have for today. I am really going to let you go this time. I've got to get my butt to the post office. I've procrastinated on that till the bitter end. I've got to get this stuff in the mail to make sure that it's there for me when I get to Texas on Wednesday. So I will let you guys go, and I will see you all in my next video. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you on Saturday. All right. Bye, guys.